The percentage is the part that we don't know. So 30 is part of 40.
First came in here to the little school, all I saw was a whole bunch of happy people smiling, waving, saying, "Can I help you with this?" and stuff.
Well, MobyMax is like a learning program where basically what the teachers tell you to do for homework, well then it helps you improve so you can, when you go back to class, you're better, so you don't have any more trouble doing it.
There were a lot of times where I, much like many students, hated going to school because I couldn't get it or I couldn't understand it or I was failing because I didn't know why. And I really just wanted to be able to help other kids get over that hurdle.
When I get all the problems correct, I feel great because I succeed and I don't fail.
It's completely reinforcing what we're doing, and it's giving them another look at it with a breakdown tool if they need it in the hint box. They're allowed to write on the screen if it has the pad. So for me, it also then at night allows me to track what they're doing and see, okay, so maybe I come in the morning and everybody struggled on this one thing, I'm not gonna move on. I'm staying here for a second, we're gonna review this.
There's definitely a student who, due to circumstances, she's very far behind, and it's allowed her to feel more confident in class. Even I see her raising her hand more, because if I'm doing a problem and it's something that has to do with basic multiplication, I'm not going to give them that answer. I'll ask for a volunteer to call it out. In the beginning of the year, she wouldn't raise her hand, but now she's right there raising her hand, volunteering, and her participation definitely went up.
I had trouble thinking about how am I going to succeed and what I'm going to do when I grow up, because I kind of felt like a failure at certain times.
We've seen kids who have severe anxiety or are unsure of what they are expecting and what's happening and make great growth.
I'm doing better with the multiplication, some of the problems, I'm getting good grades from school.
I have a 7th grade math class where I have students that are on all different grade levels. So while we're teaching a 7th grade concept, it is then broken down and differentiated to meet the needs of all those kids.
Along with having learning disabilities, a lot of them have executive functioning skills, meaning that it's hard for them to know what they need to do for homework or when it's due, or even the time concept. If I say that you need to have 80 minutes by the end of the week and you need to do 20 minutes tonight, some of them don't have that skill of knowing, did I do 20 minutes? Maybe they only did 5, or maybe they've done an hour.
If you get a certain number wrong, it makes you do another set, so you kind of do the same thing over, but you learn more.
As we are writing our students' IEPs, we are coming up with goals for them to meet. We're recording and tracking the data on them on a daily, weekly, monthly basis, and all those running records have to be kept. It really allows them to have a better understanding because their listening comprehension may be higher than their reading comprehension. So having texts read to them, having math word problems read to them really gives them the upper hand.
Trickiest part is to solve kind of the word problems. Yeah, some of the word problems that I do in MobyMax is kind of a little difficult for me to be able to understand. But it's okay, I'm catching up.
Doing an assessment with them every so often to really see where their growth area is, rather than doing paper assessments and tracking all those grades and seeing, okay, who's moved up, who's still where they are, who needs to work on specific skills. MobyMax really takes out that time piece.
If you're having trouble with something, you can also text your teacher on MobyMax, so that helps a lot.
The jokes are really funny and it brightens my day a little bit. It tells us how to do it and we get it, and then we keep on going, and it makes it easier.
If you get stuck on a problem, you can look back, and when you look back, you can kind of figure out the answer.
When we brought in MobyMax, it was pretty seamless and easy. For the kids, especially 8th graders, they're so accustomed to technology that they were more receptive to having online homework and different supplemental activities that they kind of could relate to and wasn't as scary for them to have to do.
Let's get started.